my small business. It's a juice bar snowball shop that I opened on Ferret Street in New Orleans.
And you started off teaching. You want to
Yeah, I'm still a teacher. I'm a middle school social studies teacher, aside from owning this place.
and why? What's your story? Why'd you come to New Orleans for that?
Well, I came to New Orleans about 3 years ago doing photography work, and I spent like a week here, and I just liked it. I liked the culture, the feeling of the place, the way the people are, and I kept coming back, and then I just decided to move here, and subsequently became a teacher, and then eventually opened this place.
Cool. And how long have you been doing that for?
This will be my third year teaching.
And what changes have you seen over the past 3 years since Katrina?
Honestly, my school, I haven't seen any significant changes aside from the population of the city has increased. I wasn't here before Katrina, but you can definitely see like the gradual march of rebuilding. And as far as like neighborhoods coming back, the street where my shop is located is one of the neighborhoods that was really hard hit, not only by Katrina but by like white flight and just like economic downturn through the 80s, 90s, and early part of 2000. And now there's like 5 new businesses on the street, so there's a lot of improvement coming around.
And with the educational system, what do you see as the biggest problems that are currently happening?
I think before the storm, the New Orleans education system was probably the worst in the country, and there's a severe, I guess, continuation of just like bad schools, serious problems with finding quality teachers and quality principals. We're kind of like a guinea pig city for the charter school movement, which I work at a charter school. And I'd say that is probably, I think it's helping the city educationally as far as offering new options and things like that. However, there's some schools who are doing a lot better than others, and I think it's going to take time for the city to really determine which schools are actually successful and promoting those schools versus ones that are constantly failing. Another thing that I think is a big problem, it's not only a New Orleans problem, but just in America in general, is basically schools are segregated, which you think 1954 would have changed that, but it hasn't. So I think that allows kind of the perpetual good schools, bad schools thing to continue.
And what do you see people doing to try and help stop some of these problems that you see?
Well, some of the new schools that have opened up are definitely offering like other options that are outside of the norm. The school that I work at is actually diverse. It's like one of the few actual diverse schools in the city of New Orleans. So it's really refreshing to work in a place that is, pretty much evenly white, black, Hispanic. So I appreciate that. As far as other things that are improving the system, I would say just like the refocus, dedication. You got a lot of people coming here who are like, seriously motivated to try and help the city, and there's an amazing amount of civic pride in this place. Like the only reason New Orleans survived Katrina is because people really care about it. And the folks that live here wouldn't have returned if they didn't have that very strong bond and the desire to see the city succeed.
And what motivates you? Why, when you said you came here a bunch, but what motivates you to really put a lot of effort into this?
The city has an amazing soul, and the culture that's here is very, very distinct. And I really appreciate that because, like as an artistic person, there's a ton of creativity here, and there's a ton of freedom of expression, which you would not find as easily in any other place in America. So from the parades, from carnival, from the music, there's all these things that really make this place, just like the social fabric of it, really bonding. And I want to live here the rest of my life. I'm absolutely positive about that. So.
That's cool. And tell me a little bit about the business. What is this? Why did you choose to make a snowflake business?
Well, this is a combination of my life experiences. I lived in Brazil for a year. I lived in Mexico for a year. And in those places, I was exposed to like fresh juices, different flavors like pineapple mint, things like that. And when I got to New Orleans, I'm exposed to snowballs, which are in every neighborhood because it's ridiculously hot here. So you have ice, like anything cool you can get in the summertime. And this place was just the desire to combine both of those things and kind of alluding back to the creative side of the city. Like if you have a fresh idea, if you have like a new take on a tradition, it's a really good place to like start that. And that's what I tried to do here.
It's cool. And why open now? You know, if there's an economic recession going on, why did you say, hey, now is the time to start opening a business?
Yeah, we basically, since I'm not a business person, it didn't really matter. We just sort of said like we're either gonna do it now or we're probably never gonna do it. So let's just like just take that jump, and that's what we did.
This neighborhood that you opened it up in, like, tell me a little bit about that. Why did you choose this neighborhood?
We chose this neighborhood for a couple of reasons. One, it's got a lot of like fresh businesses that have started up here, and there's a lot of motivation among the business owners to create this little strip of the city as like a destination. There's a really big monthly farmers market that happens just down the street, which will certainly help our business a lot. And it's kind of like now that I've been here we've been open for 5 weeks. And I definitely have like a good bit of like Ferret Street pride, I would say, and you kind of sense that among the other places, and people kind of stick together, try and help everybody survive. So.
And is this neighborhood known for anything in New Orleans?
No,
What
not
do you
really.
think about when they think of this?
I think most people you would talk to is like this is one of the spots in the city that has a lot of potential. There's like 5 different areas of the city that have potential to be what people would say is like the next magazine street, which is like if you want to look at an economic success story, like that's a 7-mile strip of local businesses, local restaurants, and I think that's what people want to see throughout New Orleans, and that's what we're trying to make happen here.
And what do you see as one of the big inhibiting forces of opening more businesses in New Orleans?
I mean, I would say it's probably about the same as anywhere in the country. It just takes startup capital, the knowledge, the know-how. There's like a million things that I've learned in the process of starting this place that, like there's just so many different aspects of starting a business. So I think it can be kind of daunting for a lot of people. I don't necessarily think that New Orleans is going to be any different from any other place. But it's just like starting a business is not the easiest thing in the world. So I think that probably will be consistent wherever you are in the country.
Where did you get the startup capital for this?
Basically, it just pissed away my graduate school money. So this is a very simple business to start. When you compare it to other businesses, our startup capital was very minimal, and I was fortunate to have that money earmarked for grad school, but I could do with it what I saw fit, and that's where we were able to get the capital from.
What else have you learned in opening this? Like, what would you do differently?
Oh, there's a million things. I mean, there's a huge learning curve as far as going from regular person to business owner. So you got to think of just like a million aspects of your business. Materials, electricity, rent, all these things that you would normally think of, but on top of that, it's like efficiency, day-to-day operation, dealing with city, state, taxes, bureaucracy, stuff like that. But it's a really enjoyable process, and we're definitely thinking that, I think it's easier to open shop number 2 or business number 2 once you've gone through that experience. It's just like the first time, it's a serious learning process.
How's business been so far?
It's been good. We have a very specific niche. We're the only place in the city that does real juices on ice. So healthy type people are digging it. And, it's kind of like the artwork and the decor, everything kind of captures on the essence of New Orleans a little bit as far as like the quirky side of the culture.